crazy 48 hours of free agency it's been, hasn't it? Yeah, sorry I haven't made a video about what's been going on and who's been moving and shit like that. But I'll get to some of this shit now. You know, but where do I start with today? Steve Smith being released by the Panthers. You know, I mean, seriously, I can understand why the Panthers would want to release him if his play has diminished over the past couple of years. The thing is, he's still playing well, even though he's 34, and it's going to be 35. I mean, I get it though. If he was not playing so well, but he's been playing so well for so long, you know. And you could argue he was the reason why Cam Newton matured the way that he did this past season. Of course, the good news is the NFL draft is deep at wide receiver, so you know it's not. So I'm sure they'll have a plan to replace Steve Smith, which is going to be at the draft. It's unfortunate. Wish Steve Smith nothing but the best. Don't agree with it, but I understand it. But man, Steve Smith was pissed off today. I mean, holy shit. But particularly at the Panthers GM. I wouldn't be surprised if he made a visit to the Atlanta Falcons or the New Orleans Saints. Although I don't think the Saints is going to happen. So the logical team would be the Falcons, not the Buccaneers. I don't know what the fuck Tampa Bay is doing. Oh wait, I do know what they're doing. They're overpaying guys like Michael Johnson in a corner who replaces Darrelle Revis, and then cuts Darrelle Revis, and then signs Josh McCown, pretty much signing him to starting quarterback money. And yet you already have a starting quarterback in Mike Glennon. Great, I understand Glenn is going to be under a bigger microscope now because he played pretty decent. But the only reason why you signed Josh McCown is because you signed him as a backup to help mentor Mike Glennon. Next, I mean, but with the kind of money I'm seeing that he's getting paid, he's going to be the starting quarterback. I mean, granted, he's earned the money. Don't get it wrong. I mean, Josh McCown played well in relief of Jay Cutler for the Chicago Bears. But Lovie Smith signed him because he knows him in Chicago. And that's all I got to say about that. Michael Johnson. The only reason why I say overpaid, it helps to be a disruptive player, but he's getting paid the big bucks not to just disrupt the quarterback's timing, but get to the quarterback. So there you go there. Plus, many would argue that he was just a byproduct of Geno Atkins in Cincinnati. And plus, I understand he had disruption and everything, which is good, but he still had 3.5 sacks. I mean, so we'll wait and see. Or 4 sacks, whatever, I don't care. I know it's not double digits. Alright, let me get to the Raiders. So the Raiders lose players like Veldier, the Raiders offensive tackle, one of their better players. What, the Raiders have players? I know, shocking, right? And then they lose Lamar Houston to the Chicago Bears. Then they signed Roger Saffold from the St. Louis Rams. And I believe they signed another tackle from the Jets. But Saffold fails his physical, and now they have no tackle because Valdir is with the fucking Cardinals. And they also lose Lamar Houston. Damn, the Raiders are fucking sad. I mean, Jesus Christ, I want to pick on them, but I can't. And I'm really picking on them. It's just fucking sad now. You know, I figured when Al Davis passed away, you know, things were going to be different, and things still might be different. I'm not gonna write seasons off for the Oakland Raiders. But Richard McKenzie is not really impressing anybody right now. And then you re-sign a player that you shouldn't have re-signed, and that's Darren McFadden, because he's the injury-prone running back. What kind of bullshit logic is that? Whatever. And Golden Tate is now with the Detroit Lions. And in a related story, M.D. Jennings, the former Packer safety, signs with the Chicago Bears. Because in case you forgot, M.D. Jennings and Golden Tate were both involved on the final play of that Seahawks-Packers game 2 seasons ago. There you go. So it should be very interesting when the Lions and the Bears face each other twice this year, and the Lions and the Packers as well. I think it's pretty funny. And speaking of wide receivers, Eric Decker signs with the New York Jets. I believe it's 5 years, $36 million or something like that. Yeah. Which I'm very surprised at how low he got paid. I figured he'd get paid a lot. Not $100 million, but I figured he'd be paid, you know, a ridiculous 7 years. Not 7 years, but 5 years, $75 million or something like that. So at least people say the Jets overpaid. They did not overpay. And I actually think this is a good signing for the New York Jets. Even though Decker is your classic number 2. I mean, so I guess Decker's the replacement for Santonio Holmes. That's just a guess. But yeah, I think because what has been the problem with the New York Jets? Surrounding their quarterback, no matter who it is, with weapons around him. You know, listen, Sanchez, he still sucks. Don't get it twisted. And I understand. Sorry, I'm gonna try and complete my sentences, but don't bitch at me if I don't complete a fucking sentence. All right. But Geno Smith. But yeah, what did people expect out of Geno Smith? He played like a fucking rookie, hot and cold. Peyton Manning played like a rookie too in 1998 when he was a rookie, hot and fucking cold. Plus, I believe he threw the most interceptions of any rookie quarterback ever. I could be wrong there, but or at least in quite some time. What else? All right, let me get to the Denver Broncos. And I would like to welcome to the Denver Broncos to salary cap hell. It's a wonderful place it's a place where you go after you sign players to ridiculously large amounts of money. $60 million combined for 3 players in guaranteed money. Let me go off on the first one. The one that I am 100% against for obvious reasons. Although I'm hearing reports today that the Broncos wanted Darrelle Revis but couldn't get him for some reason. Which I call bullshit on. I don't think Denver. I think Denver was just way too fucking impatient. Because who they get instead? Aqib Talib. Aqib Talib, a guy who has not played a full season in his NFL career, either because of injury or because of suspension. Because he was suspended for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing drug policy. Or PED for short. Duh. Ha ha ha. But I don't know why I said ha ha ha. Ignore that part. By the way, he's also had legal issues off the field. Wasn't he one of those guys that was accused of sexual assault or something like that? I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player. He's just an inconsistent corner. It almost makes me wish the Broncos did get a deal done with Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. I mean, and that's how bad this signing is. That's not. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm still understanding why the Broncos did not sign Rodgers-Cromartie. Because, and I already explained that part too in the last video. But bringing in a guy like Aqib Talib, Mark Schlereth says that Aqib Talib is the complete corner. Yeah, complete in terms of being injury prone. Completely injury prone and completely inconsistent, and a complete head case. So yeah, I can understand where Mark Schlereth's coming from. But if he's talking about complete in terms of the complete corner, and get the fuck out of here. He got his ass kicked by Josh Gordon of the Cleveland Browns last year. Have we forgotten about that? No, we just don't care because it's the Browns. I can understand that. I'll get to the Browns in a second. The other signing I'm kind of 50-50 on. Although if they still find a way to sign Jared Allen, I can forgive that maybe. But I don't think it's really a bad signing. DeMarcus Ware, 3 years, $30 million. So $10 million a year, $20 million guaranteed though, even if he plays for 1 year. So better beware there. But you know, I'm okay with the DeMarcus Ware signing. I mean, it's not the best signing. I mean, and it's not because I think he's a lousy player. No, not that at all. Obviously, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. When you have a guy who's recorded 117 sacks, and not only that, of course, he is the Cowboys' all-time leader. So yeah, I can understand why Cowboys fans miss him. And of course, it goes back to Jerry Jones and his bullshit. My concern about this signing is that can he fit in a 4-3 system? Because a guy like DeMarcus Ware, he's more comfortable in a 3-4 system as an outside linebacker, not a 4-3 as a defensive end. I mean, the Cowboys tried the 4 defensive lineman set because the Cowboys ran the Tampa 2, which only became the worst defense in the NFL that fucking season. Yeah, you can't. Where's Rob Ryan when you need him for a fucking scapegoat? Oh, wait a minute. He was with the Saints and is still with the Saints, and the Saints were the number 4 defense. So who's to fucking blame now? Who's full of bullshit now? Oh, that's right, Jerry Jones. But we'll wait and see. My other concern, of course, is back and his age. He's going to be 32. I think he has a couple good years left. We'll wait and see. Like I said, I'm okay with I'm okay with this signing for now, anyway. Even though if he ends up recording just 4 sacks a year, but hey, least this year. But hey, at least he'll give other players opportunities because he will be double covered an awful lot. You know, it could give guys like Terrence Knighton and Sylvester Williams and Derek Wolfe more chances. By the way, Derek Wolfe, hope you come back strong. A very underrated player. All right, enough about that. And the only signing that I'm actually 100% behind is the signing of safety T.J. Ward. I think he'll pay dividends for the Broncos defense. Only if Aqib Talib can stay fucking healthy and DeMarcus Ware is as good as advertised. So there you go there. Oh, and the Philadelphia Eagles trade away. They traded for Darren Sproles, so another Saint player gone. Let's get to the Saints first. Let's see who they've given up. They lost Lance Moore. They lose Roman Harper. They lose Malcolm Jenkins to the Eagles of all teams. And now Darren Sproles is on this list as well. Obviously they're trying to work out a deal, and they're with Jimmy Graham, who is under the franchise tag. And if teams want him, they're going to have to trade 2 first-round picks for him. So no one's going to be biting for that, of course. Unless one dumb, stupid team tries to do it, and of course. But there is some good news for the Oakland. More on that in a second. Let's talk about Darren Sproles with the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, I kind of like the trade, of course. Sproles and LaShawn McCoy. plus you still have Deshaun Jackson. Plus you have Jeremy Maclin back. Plus you have Riley Cooper as well. Plus Jason Peters and the Eagles center. I keep forgetting that guy's name. You know, the Eagles could be very explosive offensively. Watch out for them. Maybe, as long as someone doesn't blurt out Dream Team. Same thing in Denver. Hopefully someone doesn't blurt out Dream Team. And holy shit, going back to Denver before I move on to my next story. If I have to hear if I have to hear All In one more fucking time, I just might fucking snap. Seriously, that's what everybody's been fucking saying on Tuesday and Wednesday. John Elway is all in. You know, Fox Sports 1. John Elway is all in. NFL Live on ESPN. John Elway, all in. It's like, and then probably NBC Sports Network as well on Pro Football Talk. Yes, I have Comcast, but John Elway is all in. And of course, the NFL Network, all in. God, shut the fuck up already. Alright, now I can get on to Oakland. There is some good news, though. Because the Raiders signing of Saffold kind of went belly up because of his failed physical. At least the Raiders don't have to pay him. Because who did they get? They got Justin Tuck. So I guess they upgraded massively. Because Justin Tuck is a damn good defensive end. Giants are going to miss him, of course. I'm sorry, they are. They still have Jason Pierre-Paul, though, but still. Giants are going to miss him. They're going to miss him. But yeah, the Raiders. So you can understand. So yeah, that's why I guess they weren't too infatuated on keeping Lamar Houston. They wanted Justin Tuck all along. Whatever there. What else happened? What else has happened? Oh, the Jaguars. Yes, the Jaguars have finally gotten rid of Blaine Gabbert. The thing is, though, they didn't just that's not the shocking part. The shocking part is they actually got a draft pick for Blaine Gabbert. Like, knock a hole in the wall, people. They traded him off to the 49ers. Interesting that the Niners would trade any first-round pick for a guy like Blaine Gabbert. But I actually like the trade. It works out for both teams, obviously. Especially the Niners, just in case Kaepernick does get injured, and there's a good possibility that he could get injured and miss a few games. If that happens, they're going to expect Blaine Gabbert to go in and just manage the game or whatever. Just to play well for a couple games and then whatever. So I'm not really against that trade. But then the Niners go ahead and trade a conditional pick for Jonathan Martin. As we all know, Jonathan Martin was the victim of teammates bullying him. I mean, shit. See, ESPN won't shut the fuck up about it. And for the record, I am not on either side. I am not on Richie Incognito's side, because he is a fucking piece of shit. And I'm damn sure not on Jonathan Martin's side, because he should have fucking handled it better. Considering that he chose to play in the NFL, and now, because he didn't like the environment, whatever. And I don't have time to read a 140-page Wells report that is most likely full of complete fucking bullshit because Wells wants to keep his fucking job. Alright? Come on. But hey, at least Jonathan Martin will be with his former coach, Jim Harbaugh. And can we stop degrading people just because of IQ? IQ just means fucking potential. I understand Jonathan Martin has a great IQ because he did go to the University of Stanford, which is the University of Harvard West. IQ means jack diddly shit. Alright? It's just potential. That's all it is. That's just being condescending, okay? And plus, no one cares. And plus, no one wants to know what their IQ is, right? Anyway, but hey, he stays on the West Coast. Listen, at least he won't be starting, but that's not the point. The point is, does he deserve to be traded to a good team? Yeah, I think he should have been traded to a horrible team, But in any event, it is what it is. I just hope he doesn't fucking bitch and complain. I understand, not all locker rooms are the same, but well, whatever. The Dolphins, they're I have no words for the Dolphins right now. I kind of feel bad for them that they're getting all this attention, but then again, they might want the attention anyway, so who cares? All right, and last but not least, the Cleveland Browns. Now, they did lose DeQuell Jackson to the Indianapolis Colts. They didn't. I take that back. They didn't lose him. They got rid of him, and then the Colts signed him pretty much later on. But of course, and they did lose T.J. Ward, of course, to the Broncos. But Dante Whitner replaces Ward, and which I actually like this signing. I don't think it's a bad signing at all. But this one is a horrible signing. They signed Carlos Dansby and give him the money. Give him twice the money that the Cardinals were offering. And Dansby did well last year with the Cardinals, mainly because mainly because they picked him up cheap. Problem is, he's a year older, and you lock him to a 4-year deal, which means he'll be with the Browns until he's 37, or at least 35 years old. I mean, I just don't get the Browns signing of that. But then again, it is the Browns, and oh yeah, but the Browns do release Jason Campbell and Brandon Weeden, and I think that is it for Brandon Weeden. Just a guess, but come on, come on, that was a dumb fucking draft pick 2 seasons ago, getting a quarterback that was a 28-year-old quarterback at the time. All right, and then you sign him to and then you draft him in the first round, and he plays like utter shit because he hasn't played football in a while. Well, I take that back, but you know what I mean. And Jason Campbell, this might be it for him as well, because I don't see him, because I just don't see another job opportunity. I mean, first he goes with the Washington Redskins. He was drafted by them in 2005. Then he moves to the Oakland Raiders. Actually did a good job there. Actually did a halfway decent job. Kind of sad when Jason Campbell has been the best quarterback for the Oakland Raiders in the last God knows how long. Then he goes to Chicago for a year, and that was a disaster. And then his fourth team, the Cleveland Browns. I don't know how many teams are going to take a chance on him, even as a backup at this point. Someone will. I'm not saying nobody will. I'm just saying how many teams will. This one team will. Alright, this vid has gone on way too fucking long. I'm sorry for this long vid. This vid fucking sucks too, but you know what? I gotta upload something for this fucking free agency bullshit fiasco that in the end no one's gonna give a fuck about, because it's gonna be because you're always gonna have one player that's gonna be a free agent bust. Till next time, later, fuckers.